Hey guys, this is Pilot Day in 1985. I wanted to show you all the things that I've learned of how to increase your Minecraft FPS or frames per second to make you less glitchy, less laggy in-game. First, I figured I would start with the easy stuff that you can do in-game without modifying Windows settings or launcher settings. So I have everything set as default right now. The way that you download Minecraft is all the way my settings are right now. So open up Minecraft, log in, hit play, go to wherever you play. I'm going to go to my server and push F3. Now you can see by this number up here, which is about 15 to 20 FPS right now. This is what I get out of my default settings. First thing and probably the most easiest thing to do is change your in-game settings. So go to push escape, go to options, go to video settings, and I'm just going to turn everything on to the minimum just to show you how much of an improvement I can get right off the bat. Now, before I do anything, you notice my FPS has gone up even since I've started this video. It's now at 30, 35. This is because the chunks are not loading. As the chunks stop loading around you, your FPS will increase. So that's one like wild card you don't really have any control over. If you're standing still, you're going to get higher FPS. If you're moving through the air, chunks will load. That will affect your FPS. So that's one thing. So it's about 35 FPS as I'm standing here. Let's go back into options, video settings, to turn everything onto the minimum just to show you how much of an increase I can get. You want to turn your graphics to fast, smooth lighting off, particles minimal, render distance tiny. I'll come back to that in a second. I don't like tiny. Performance max FPS, view bobbing off, advanced OpenGL off, clouds off, server textures off, and VSync. These last two don't really do much for me, so just leave those alone, or however they're set. Mine are on off. Server textures off and VSync is off. So hit done, done again, back to game. You can see that my FPS up on the upper left hand corner, well, it was double. It's about doubled. It'll run, now it's running about 40. Get rid of my chat. Okay, if I get rid of my chat, I get about 60 FPS. So that's just within game settings. Now, one thing I said I didn't like, if I go back into options and video settings, I don't like render distance tiny. I like to leave that on far. So let me go back on it. Okay, leave that on far. I also don't like, for whatever reason, I don't like to turn my view bobbing off. So turn those two things back on. Those don't really affect, as you'll see in a second. I'm still getting about 60 FPS on average. Okay, those are some things that you can do in game. Pretty easy things. You can see I doubled my FPS pretty easily. So first, the next thing you can do is a couple of different Windows settings. So minimize your Minecraft. Well, actually, before I do that, let me show you one more thing here. Up in the upper right hand corner, the amount of RAM that I'm using, I can get away with using about a gig because I have a pretty decent video card and stuff like that. But if you have a reason that you need to allocate more RAM, I'll show you how to do that real quick. And it's very simple. Close your Minecraft. First thing is, you want to know how much RAM you have that you can allocate. Open up Start, right click Computer, click Properties. You'll see here I have 16 gigs of RAM. General rule of thumb, you probably don't want to use more than half of the RAM that you have installed on your computer. So in my case, I probably wouldn't want to use more than 8 gigs of RAM. And so the way that you tell Minecraft the amount of RAM to allocate is before you hit play and after you open up your Minecraft launcher, edit your profile, and down here at the bottom where it says VJM arguments, you just want to type exactly what I have here. And where I have this 1, I'm actually going to change it to 4. So when I save this, I should be using now, when I hit play, I should be using 4 gigs of RAM. And I'll verify that in just a second here, as soon as I get logged in. Hit F3. Okay, upper right hand corner. Now you can see I've allocated about 4 gigs of RAM and I'm using about 3%. So that's how you allocate more RAM. The second and third things you can do with Windows to make your Minecraft run better. Just for instance, let me check my FPS now, just so we get a good starting point number. Looks like I'm getting about 50 to 55 FPS. There's a couple more things you can do with Windows are actually in your task manager. If you open your start and type in task manager, it's here. You can also get to it through Control-Alt-Delete or Control-Alt-Escape. Will take you directly to Windows Task Manager. You want to find under the Processes tab your Java, and Java is Minecraft. Minecraft runs on Java, so if Minecraft is running, it should be taking up the most Java on the most memory on your computer at the moment. So right-click on Java. First thing is set priority to high. Change priority. The second thing is you right-click on Java again, go to set affinity, and uncheck everything except for the last checkbox. Now you might have more checkboxes here than I do. What this is your processor, the amount of cores that you have on your processor, and pretty much at this point you're forcing Java to run on one processor. The reason that this increases your FPS is that Java is not good at running on multiple cores. It tends to run better if it can just run on one core. And some programs, I think Optifine is one of them, actually forces Java to run on multiple cores. But I haven't really had much luck with Optifine or any other additional programs, and they seem like they're more of a pain to deal with. So this is easy. It's just built into Windows and it works. So after you've done those few things, close your task manager, go back into Minecraft, and now you can see, if I minimize here, where was I before? I was about 55, 50. You can see now that I'm getting about 65 to 75 FPS. So that about does it. These are just some things that I've learned over the last few years playing Minecraft, the things that work for me and the things that don't. Feel free to try anything you want. What works for you, what works for you. If you would like to check out the server or this awesome map that I'm actually flying around in right now, this is Nuketown from Call of Duty. About 6 people on the server actually made this just recently in the last couple days. It's a battleground arena. Anyways, if you want to hop on, check out this map, or just check out the server in general, my IP address or server address is mc.pilotdan1985.com. Hope to see you there. Come check the map out, and thanks for watching.